Good evening and welcome to this session of cookery classes for beginners. You've desired to make some good food, you've desired to whip some good dishes, you desire to prepare some good meals either for yourself, for your family, but you found yourself disadvantaged. You are not lost. In this, we'll go through the processes just from the beginning to the end. But firstly, we'll concentrate mostly on theory lessons so that you understand the basics, the things that make cookery what it is, so that as we continue and we delve into the cookery itself, you'll be able to appreciate the value of food. You'll also be able to come to the point that you'll appreciate the cost that sometimes you're subjected to. And when you pay, sometimes we wonder, why are we paying that cost per plate? So welcome this afternoon. My name is Jeffrey. So in the very beginning, I will eliminate what we'll be able to cover. We will cover different types of topics. So the topics that we are going to cover will include definition of crockery, definition of terms, kitchen utensils, classifications, the classical professional cook's knives, chef's knives, uniform, why the uniform, the role of that uniform, its value, hygiene, and safety, and we shall do quite a lot of things. We'll do first aid, we'll do equipment and classification, commodities, seasoning, herbs, spices, vegetables. We'll cover different meats and starches, and then we will also do equipment classification. We'll do cookery methods that will entail different types of methods in cookery: boiling, steaming, stewing, braising, frying, stir frying, roasting, sauteing, baking, not leaving out the preparation of salads. We shall also cover the different types of potatoes that we'll be encountering in our sessions, the departments in the kitchen. You'd like to know why, and specifically why the departments. Why can't I prepare fish just next to the eggs? Why can't I do my cakes at the meat section? So we'll be enumerating the same. So we'll be able to classify the different types of departments in the kitchen. And let me just give a preview that we have different sections in the kitchen. We have the saucier, we have the garde manger, we have the still room, we have the entremontier, we have the pastry, and we have the butchery. Then we shall be looking at the different forms of cookery. We'll be looking at what is a buffet. Many of us are exposed to this, we know, by traveling, by walking around, by eating out, we know. Maybe we have a preview of what a buffet is, but we shall be delving into it and explaining what a buffet is. What is an a la carte menu? Or when you go out and somebody tells you today we are serving a la carte, what does it imply? Then there is fine dining. What does it entail? And sometimes you've heard about table dot. You go to a restaurant and you're told today we're doing table dot menu. And you wonder, my God, what is now all this? Then finally we'll come to what many of us are accustomed to during the big functions. That is basically function catering or outside catering. Along our study, along our lessons, we shall also come to appreciate the different ranks in the kitchen. Allow me to say from the outset that not everybody is a chef. So we'll be understanding who is a chef. What does it take to make a chef? As much as people have tagged themselves a lot of names, and it's okay, but there is something that goes into it. So we have the executive chef. In other places, we have the chef de cuisine. We have the executive sous chef, the chef de parties, and we have the line cooks. We have the cooks themselves. We have the assistant cooks. Then we have the stewards. We'll be understanding who are the stewards. Who are the stewards? Along this line also, we will come to covering of cookery terms. There are some cookery terms you'll hear here and being thrown here and there, and you need to understand exactly what the meaning are. So that sometimes when you are thrown at the deep end, you are able to just swim together with the tide. You don't have to swallow a lot of water, struggling of exactly what is happening. You'll hear of the word mise en place. You'll hear of the word mise en scene. You'll hear of the word service. And sometimes you'll hear of the words plating. Then we shall also be doing menu planning. In the process, alongside menu planning, we shall do menu costing. How do you come up with the price of a given meal or a given dish? How do you arrive at it? Then we shall also cover the different types of sauces that come with different types of meats, different kinds of dishes. Which sauce goes with what and why? And time allowing, maybe we shall also cover the different wines that come with the same meals and the purposes for the wines, because it is also important for us to understand that food and wine, they go hand in hand. So with sauces, there are cold sauces and there are hot sauces. We will be able to learn what are these cold sauces, what are these hot sauces, what are they used for, when are they used, and what do they do to the food that we are eating. We will also cover special sauces, and we shall spend some time there discussing what are the special sauces and why they are special. There are different types of cuisines depending on what we shall be doing, on the meals we shall be preparing. Sometimes we'll be able to explain which cuisine is this. But let me just say from the outset that some of the cuisines that are available are, we have the Kenyan cuisine, Kenyan type of cookery, the African cuisine in general. Then we have the Italian, we have the French, we have German, we have some Swiss meals and some European meals, especially from England. And so we shall be covering different types of recipes. And so it is important that as we begin that you understand that there are things that we need to cover. There are things that we need to understand. As we will start by defining of terms, what is food? I know you know what food is, but indeed exactly what is food? We shall be putting ourselves to those questions so that step by step we'll be able to delve into each of all these. And before we go to the definitions of the foods, me to mention that the kitchen is divided into sections as we alluded to earlier, because the hot kitchen, as it were, in French it is called the saucier. This is the heart of the food service operation. Food both raw and cooked is stored, prepared, and plated here. It is designed accordingly and also depends upon the menu. and the task to be performed. The hot kitchen itself has its own layout. It has its own mini sections. You will find sections where grills take place, where sauces are prepared, where roasts are done, where hot food is prepared. Within there, you'll find sections where fish is prepared, the soup station. You'll find the vegetable section, the hors d'oeuvre rather, the salad section, the juice part of it that falls under the still room, and the sandwich station. Then there is the cold kitchen. The cold kitchen is not a cold kitchen per se, but it's a place where temperatures are regulated to given minimums that favor the foods that are prepared within that section. Normally referred to as the guard or the ladder. Basically, this is a showpiece section where chefs display their artistry and mastery in presentation of items that come with a touch and feel of what has not only gone into the preparation of that food, but the time that it has taken the chef involved to churn out the meal that is coming out. Salads are prepared in this section. It is also a mixing station. Sometimes doughs are held here for proofing. Baking and cooling takes place here. And you'll find the dessert station. Then there is the bakery and confectionery section. We are quite informed about this, about the breads, about the cakes. The mandazi, as commonly known in Kenya. In pastry, mostly what happens is dry cooking. There is dry heat cooking. Then there is steam cooking also as well. And with the rational type of cooking, of cookery, basically when you have that machine, it can happen in any of the sections. Then there is the banqueting section. This is a holding and pickup station, although there is also a grill and a fry station around here. It is common to find the room service kitchen, a kitchen that is dedicated for the service of meals, basically going to the rooms. Most of the times it is very active in the nights when everybody has left and just skeleton staffs are around. This kitchen comes to life. Then we shall be looking at the receiving section where weighing and checking is done. We shall be understanding why and what goes into receiving of goods and commodities. What are checked on, what considerations are made, and what happens to goods that are unworthy, that do not meet the standards. Then we shall come to the wash-up area or the stewarding area, a very critical area of the kitchen. You know the saying that goes that cleanliness is next to godliness. A kitchen is as good as its cleanliness. Cleanliness inspires the desire to consume of the meal that draws from that department. Then we shall look at the stores, the dry stores, the refrigerators, the deep freezers, and we shall look at basically so many things. So for today, I just wanted to bring us to that understanding and to that speed. And therefore, welcome to this station. I welcome your viewing. I welcome your comments. I welcome your criticism. I want us to learn together And more so to that person that is venturing out and you want to spur your dream, you want to to hone yourself with the skills that are desired, you are very much welcome. Thank you for today, and it's bye bye from me.